What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy 253 Pure TV. Um, Here you go for another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to Trap Geek Houdini, the city of the fallen rappers. Well, this is I guess a Toronto rapper. I mean, I fuck with this guy too, Trap Geek. He be breaking down all the documentaries and all the killings of rappers and shit like that. So I really enjoy his videos, and I want to react to this video right here. So let's go. We're gonna get right into it, guys. Come on.
Size of they hoes. That would make me dislike me if I was on the other side.
Uh, uh, I don't need you, all I needed myself. I wasn't asking nobody for
Boy,
help.
Houdini,
She
man.
wanted me cause her name ringing bells. Designer the G, so designer the bell.
He was just like my favorite rapper, literally of anyone. He was my favorite.
When you really think about it, yeah, most artists do get killed in their home city. And why do you think that is?
Hatred. People looking at you, saying, I wish that was me.
Bullets sent many fleeing for their lives here on this stretch. Now, the 21-year-old has been identified as a popular Toronto rapper.
All right, we got to talk about the Houdini story, right? The jealousy and hatred rappers got to deal with in their own home city is terrible. And that's a fact in every state in America. But one of the most violent cities right now for up-and-coming rappers to make it out of is Toronto. And people don't realize this. There's a reason Toronto's becoming one of the most surveyed cities in North America. It's looking like Beijing. They're getting cameras everywhere. Only Atlanta, Chicago, and DC got more surveillance per person. And that's because of the ongoing gang war that's been escalating for years, right? It's literally hunting season on rappers. And that's exactly what happened to Houdini. Houdini was sitting down with record labels in LA, New York, collabing with Pop Smoke. This kid was the real deal until a couple of weeks ago, he was brutally shot and killed in broad daylight in the entertainment district of downtown Toronto. And this shit was surgical. They used Glock 9s with 30-round mags. They took advantage of Corona season by wearing medical masks to hide their faces. There was a 6-year-old kid that got caught in the crossfire dodging bullets.
That has a high capacity magazine. It's a 30-round magazine. And as this unfolds, I want you to pay attention to the little boy that ducks into the vestibule here.
The whole thing was nuts, right? And the city is shook right now. Now we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, my song of the day today is none other than Houdini himself.
Okay.
Before I understand this story, we gotta focus on one hood in particular in Toronto called Driftwood, or Northside Jane and Finch. And this is where Houdini's from. Now, they're by far the most influential in terms of music in the city, but they're also a notorious Crip faction, right? They beef with pretty much everybody in the city. To the south of them, the south side of Jane and Finch, they bang Blood, and that's their direct rivals. The lowest income neighborhood in the city called Regent also has tension with Driftwood, stemming from rap beefs and rap killings. And another area called Rexdale has been Driftwood's rival for damn near a decade now. So they beef with everyone. Now, in 2015, Driftwood kids kind of instilled the Chirac music vibe up in the north, in Canada. They were putting disses to rivals in their tracks and talking about the stuff they were doing in the streets in their lyrics.
If you diss my niggas, then you know we pulling triggers. Late nights with them killers, we kidnapping drug dealers.
Now, that song is Robin Banks featuring Pressa. Pressa is one of the few who actually crossed over to the mainstream American scene, and he's actually living in Cali right now in a nice mansion. His rap career popped off for him, but before all that, he was involved in a case where he allegedly kidnapped 2 drug dealers, moving them around from location to location, holding them for ransom, until eventually forcing them to give each other head in front of everybody. 2 dudes. That's crazy.
Each other
Now, Preston was later cleared of these charges and granted the court's permission to go on tour with Drake out in England. And another rapper got 6 years in Press's place for the charge. Now, Press's partner, Robin Banks, who was in that track that I just showed, he was practically the pioneer. Right? He had the torch early on from 2015, and he kind of started this organic, hood label in Driftwood, where he was putting on
bro.
all the rappers from his
He
area.
got paralyzed.
Robin Banks started getting millions of views, caught the attention of Meek Mill, who really rocked with the movement. Meek Mill and Robin Banks were sending paperwork back and forth. He was about to sign a
He's
deal
gonna sign
with
to
the
Meek
Dream
Mill to
Chasers,
Dream Chasers
and to
label, then he got
celebrate,
shot.
he was having a party at a hookah lounge called Cameo, where unfortunately his ops found out about it, infiltrated the party, and shot him up 9 times, leaving him in critical condition, just as this man was about to cross over to the U.S. scene.
50 Cent got shot 9 times. Or I don't know how many. Yeah, 9 times. If he wasn't paralyzed, he got shot 9 times.
Paul?
He's walking, but he's
Are you
paralyzed.
hiding from used car shopping? No.
They orchestrated that hit on. Now, thankfully, Robin Banks is alive, but he's paralyzed from the neck down. And his ops were super disrespectful, posting memes of him in a wheelchair and stuff.
Yeah, he's
Now, he's
paralyzed
still
from the
doing
neck
his thing,
down.
releasing tracks and, of course, pushing the rappers from Driftwood on his label. But the rivals going after Robin Banks like that really escalated the violence in the city.
Oh, he got shot 9 times. It's crazy, bro. Like, they was doing that nigga wrong. They were trying to get that nigga out the map. They was trying to get that nigga out the map. They were trying to paralyze him because he knew he was going to make it, bro. 9 times was crazy. I didn't know he got shot. He was paralyzed, too. Oh, my God, bro. Chat. 9 times, and he's paralyzed from the neck down. So I'm just going to... Damn, it's crazy.
And it made it kind of a trophy for people to target rappers. This was like the first high-profile assassination attempt on a rapper who was about to cross over. Now, the next year, the most influential artist out of the country was Smoke Dogg. Now, I'm not from Toronto. You don't got to be from Toronto to know Smoke Dogg. He was getting co-signed by Drake, doing shows in the UK and the US, and he's from the place called Regent Park. Now, this is pretty much the trenches, right? It's the lowest income community in the whole city, but it's not very close to Driftwood. And because of that, they didn't really have too much tension back and forth until one summer night at a club in 2018, Smoke Dogg got into a heated argument with a Driftwood rapper by the name of 21 Neat. And this shit escalated.
Oh, yeah, 21 Neat killed him.
They stepped
He went to
outside.
Somalia. I
21
seen this shit.
shot and killed Smoke Dogg and his manager. Probably one of the most gruesome after-death
21 Neat, bro. He killed him. I seen that shit.
People were filming him.
Went to
And Smoke
Somalia.
Dogg's brain matter was like leaking on the road. It was a wild scene.
21
This pretty much gave Regent the green light to go after Driftwood as retaliation. And this created a whole bunch of new problems in the city where two neighborhoods that otherwise didn't have too much tension now had maximum levels of tension. And Driftwood didn't really care. Like, they were welcoming all smoke. Now, the Toronto police didn't arrest the rapper 21 Neat for quite some time. They couldn't find him. There were even rumors that he escaped to Somalia, but he eventually got found out all the way out in the west coast of the country near Vancouver, where he was extradited back to Toronto to stand trial for the murder of Smoke Dogg. Now, this is when the story gets wild, because 21 Neat has a brother who goes by the name of 22 Neat, right? They're both from Driftwood. They're from the same block as Pressa, Robin Banks. They're all homies, which is why it was weird when everyone found out 5 months ago in December of 2019, 22 Neat killed his own homie and fellow rapper on their label named YS. YS had just gotten back from doing a bit in jail, and he was on a bunch of tracks that were getting hundreds of thousands of views. And out of nowhere, the feds found YS's body all the way out on the west coast of the country near Vancouver. And the rumors started circulating that 22 Neat, his own homie, was the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody really knows why he did it, but some people say it was over money. That's not been confirmed. Anyways, 22 Neat knew there would be repercussions, so he fled to a place called Calgary, Alberta. But he didn't last long. They actually found him dead 2 days later, as revenge for what he did to the homie YS. Now, at this point, the city's in crisis, and Driftwood was putting out all this talent, but this horrific stuff kept happening.
Yeah, 30.
The next to pop out of the city was this rap duo formed by two brothers from Driftwood known as the Talib Twins. They had this track with 5 million views that was scorching hot in the city and in the US as well, before one of the twins eventually got locked up. So the other twin decided to keep the momentum going and kept releasing these fire tracks under the name the Talib Twin. In February of 2020, the Talib Twin was at a condo party on the 32nd floor of an Airbnb rental. when two of his ops infiltrated the party and started opening fire. The Talib twin fired back and managed to kill both of them before he himself died at the scene. And there's a bunch of speculation as to what happened. I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? Like, some people say he tripped and shot himself, but the feds believe he went into another room in the condo and just ended his own life. Like, the story's crazy, and the thing with Driftwood and the politics in the city is they beef with so many places that sometimes it's hard to say who is responsible for targeting. They got a lot of enemies. And then, of course, at the end of May,
Damn, he killed himself. It's
the
crazy.
biggest name out of Toronto who's not Drake or Tory Lanez or
It's
The
crazy,
Weeknd
man.
was the rapper Houdini. Now, as I said,
Man, Toronto's one crazy place, man.
Sitting down with
Just like Washington, just like any other.
New York and Los Angeles. He was gonna go places. But unfortunately, as the trend is in the city, Houdini was in the entertainment district of Toronto late in the afternoon. And little did he know, there was a Volkswagen Tiguan that was lying in wait.
Yeah, I seen that Volkswagen, Volkswagen.
Blue Jays Way, which is right where he had to go by. They were waiting for a long time, over 40 minutes. And Houdini was with a 15-year-old.
Just like FPG Duck was targeted.
They were making their way down the street. And once they got in range of the Volkswagen, a lone shooter got out of the vehicle and started unloading a bunch of clips in Houdini's direction. There was this little kid who was caught in the crossfire, as well as a family. Like, this whole thing is on CCTV footage, right? It's heart-wrenching. And they unloaded a bunch of clips into Houdini, who got hit and kept running, right? Adrenaline, even if you get wounded mortally, you could still run because you got adrenaline. So he was running with a bunch of bullets in his body and then eventually collapsed and died. And the 15-year-old kid who was with Houdini was also struck, and he was trying to get off shots back at the assailant.
I seen that shit.
And his gun jammed, right, which he got rid of in an alleyway and ran away. Now, Meek Mill, Tory Lanez, and a whole bunch of others took to social media to express their condolences as soon as this happened. And you could see just how much the industry was rocking with Houdini. Like, this was a kid who was about to make it. But just look at Toronto. The city is in shambles right now. The retaliation killings have already been ordered. Houdini's own memorial got shot up in this ridiculous video you can see on YouTube. It's like this drive-by style video where
60
out of
rounds?
darkness, this car pulls up, starts opening fire into a crowd. The whole crowd is strapped up, so they immediately start firing back.
60 rounds.
This shit is nuts. I know this happens in the States. It's nothing new, but I'm coining Toronto the city of the fallen rappers because the trend recently of the up-and-coming rappers who are now dead is just unparalleled. Like, you can't compare it. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Rest in peace to Houdini. Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah.
Check out his music when you get a chance.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. This was a good video, man. It really broke down Toronto and all that. RIP Houdini, as always, man. RIP all the guys that lost their lives, all the rappers, man. Definitely a talented rapper, man. I seen a couple of his songs. You know, like, he was really melodic, and I really fuck with him. I fuck with one song with Doovie and him. But he's talented, man. RIP, man. Gone too soon, man. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Get this video to 50 likes. I'm gonna start with 50, then 150 likes and 20 comments, and road to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. So like, comment, subscribe. We out of here.